We're going to throw some more geometry at you today, and we're going to deal with volume. So volume is a three-dimensional measurement. So the formula for volume is capital B times H. So what does capital B stand for? Capital B stands for the area of the base of the three-dimensional figure, the bottom. And H is the height of the prism. So if you set it on its base, how tall is it? Okay. All right. So let's figure out the volume of this rectangular prism. What is the volume of a tissue box with the dimensions shown? Okay, so lots of different ways to look at this, I guess. But the volume is the area of the base times the height. I'm going to look at this as the base is a rectangle. So B is equal to length times width. Okay, so I'm just substituting another formula into this formula. So with rectangular prisms, there's not much to it. You're just multiplying the three dimensions by each other. 9 times 5 times 4. Okay. 9 times 5 is 45, so you could say that the area of the base is 45, and then 45 times the height is 180. Some people might say, no, this is the base over here. 5 times 4 is 20. Well, 20 times 9 is 180. And some people might say, no, the front is the base. I could set it on its front. Okay, that's 9 times 4 is 36, and then 36 times 5 is 180. So no matter which way you look at it with a rectangular prism, you're just multiplying the three dimensions by each other. What is the volume of a cube with edges 2 inches long? Well, the thing about a cube is all the dimensions are the same. Okay, that's the key thing about a cube here. So when we do base, area of the base times the height, which is length times width times height, length times width and length, width, and height, they're all the same thing. So we can just take the side length and cube it. So in this case, 2 cubed is 8. So 8 square inches. I'm sorry, cubic inches. And to find the volume of a cube with edges 6 inches long, we would just do 6 cubed, which is 216 cubic inches. All right, so we've done these kind of questions before here. On example D, it says, how many times greater are the dimensions of the cube in problem C than the cube in problem D? The dimensions, okay, so from 2 to 6. Okay, those are the dimensions from 2 to 6. How many times greater is 2 than 6? 3 times greater. So the dimensions are 3 times greater because 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, and then it says how many times greater is the volume? Well, 216 is a lot more than 3 times greater than 8. It's actually 27. So the volume is 27 times greater. Looked at these a lot. A little added note on this. 3. Some might say the scale factor is 3. 3 cubed is 27. Isn't volume cubic measurement three-dimensional? 3 cubed is 27. Okay. What's the volume of this block T? All angles are right angles, so despite my poor drawing, just assume that all of these angles are right angles. Okay, the volume of the block. Okay, well, volume is the area of the base times the height of the prism. Okay, now the area of the base, what is the base? The base is the actual T shape that it's sitting on. So it's this rectangle and this rectangle. If we add those together, we'll have the area of the base. So here we go. I'll work over here to the side. I'm going to do base times height. I'm going to do 8 times 2. 8 times 2. 8 times 2. And then over here, I'm going to do 8 times 2, 8 times 2, 8 times 2. So the area of the base is 32. The height of the prism is also 2. So the volume is 64 cubic centimeters. So in summary, I found the area of the base by adding up this rectangle to this rectangle. 8 by 2 rectangle plus an 8 by 2 rectangle is 32 square centimeters. Then I'm going to multiply that by these 2 centimeters, that is the height of the prism, and I'll get 64 cubic centimeters. Last thing, I want you guys to do this at home on your own. So just like I did the other night where I gave you a little homework within your lesson, I'm doing it tonight. I want you to find a box at home that is the shape of a rectangular prism. I'm sure we all have a cereal box, maybe laying around at home, or a tissue box, and measure its dimensions. Then sketch the box on your paper and record its length, width, and height. Estimate the capacity of the box in cubic inches by rounding the measurements to the nearest inch before using the volume formula. So if it comes out that it's 8.5 inches tall, then call that 9 inches tall so that we don't have to deal with those half measurements. And if it comes out that it's 6.25 inches wide, just call that 6 inches wide, okay? So try your best to sketch it, which we did in investigation 4, and then go ahead and figure out the volume, just like we did in example A. All right, that's all I got for you tonight. Have a great